Kia ora and welcome to Extra Time with Piri Weepu. Pausa, mate. Look, 3 rounds deep into Super Rugby. There's only 2 unbeaten teams. It's pretty competitive this year, isn't it?
Yeah, well, who would have thought that the Rebels were going to be up there? I know they haven't played as many games as most teams, but they're still one of the teams that are unbeaten. So, well,
yeah, 2-0 for the Rebels. Crusaders, the other unbeaten team.
You'd expect that, though, surely.
But what about the Wolves, the Sunwolves?
Exactly. That's a good one.
What a win.
Mate, that was a great performance by them.
Yeah.
I mean, to win away from home and, basically take it to the Chiefs was a great watch.
Yeah, and we're talking about the Australian Conference getting better, but we forget the Sunwolves are part of the Australian Conference, and they lost the Waratahs by 1 point and took out the Chiefs at home. They've got the Blues this week. That's going to be a cracker as well.
Well, it will be because they're returning home, and it's going to be another sort of task for them to, get up after all the travel and all that. They've got to get up, get home, and put in a solid performance. So it's going to be a good one to watch.
And Blues looking for their first win. Hey, let's get into the action this week. It kicked off in Palmy, packed house in Palmy, 14,000, great atmosphere. And the Hurricanes put the Brumbies to the sword. But we'll show this try from Dane Coles and chat us through this one, mate, particularly this dive.
Oh, swan dive. Mate, must have thought he was going to get pushed out there, so tried to be a winger, but I mean, come on, he is pretty quick. It's good to see that he hasn't lost his pace.
Well, he pulled it off. Let's be fair.
I mean, the work of TJ though, at the breakdown, to throw the dummy and then have the ability to know that Coles is still there.
Yeah.
And flick the old out the back door.
It's an amazing finish. But with that play, as a halfback, when you get the ball in that position, okay, now everyone thinks he's going right. But do you think TJ knew the whole time, I'm always going left with this ball?
A lot of it is just, being able to sense the defence. And when you've got big guys that are able to run into brick walls, defences try and stop them so they don't get momentum going forward, so that they get their, try and catch them behind the advantage line. Yeah. And just having that awareness to throw the dummy and then go back towards basically where the ruck is. And Colsey doing really well to get off the ground and just be available. And
when you've got a hooker like Colsey there.
Out there and putting the claw out there and doing the old winger's job and scoring mean tries.
Absolutely, but hey, we'll move over to, it was later on Friday night, the Highlanders took on the Rebels. Highlanders actually, the last 2 games they've won in the final few minutes. They almost did it again, but they came up short. But mate, what we're going to show is right at the beginning of the game, 2 minutes in, Bryn Gatwin cross kick, try for Shannon Frizzell.
Well, Frizzell's been playing pretty well. He's probably the top try scorer.
Top try scorer, 4 tries.
And just having the confidence just to put that cross kick isn't easy. But when you've got someone that can have massive mitts like that and pluck it out of the air and work really hard. I mean, his job wasn't done, although he did get the ball, gather the ball, and he still had a defender, carried Genya sort of maybe 5 metres and reached out and scored a mean try.
Genya was probably the wrong person there to try and tackle Shannon Frizzell that close to the line, wasn't
he? He did a pretty good job going around the waist. Most people will probably try and go high to stop him, but
bumped straight off from Frizzell there, aren't you?
A little bit like me with Robbie. Okay.
But now we move on to Hamilton. It was the Chiefs against the Sunwolves, and Sunwolves picked up their first ever win away from home. So amazing effort from the Wolves. But we'll just check out this moment from Damon McKenzie here to put the Chiefs back in the game.
Yeah, well, I guess being able to read a defence system like that, that the whole defence, or the backs are pretty much up flat, and there's a lot of space in behind. Not only Damien would have seen that, but hopefully his centres would have seen that as well. They probably worked it out pretty well. If you look at the footage, they've got their winger sort of standing right on the touchline. And I guess the key person to keep an eye on is the fullback, who was literally in the 15 and 5. So, but I mean, it was a perfect little chip from McKenzie, and even better, the chase was just as good.
And the Sunwolves, they tend to be quite flat on defence naturally, so I think that's something probably Terry Black or Piri Weepu, whoever takes the 10 jersey for the Blues this week, that's what they'll be looking at as well.
Well, not only them, I guess it's just getting comms from outside them, knowing that that space is there, and that if they do make a call, they've got the confidence to do the little chips or little things like that, because someone's actually caught it, not them just going off the cuff and just trying it, and hopefully someone gets there and understands what they're up to.
There's a bit of planning behind this, isn't there?
There is.
Easily. And over to the Crusaders v the Reds. Really competitive game there against Brad Thorne's side. But this is potentially one of the tries of the season from Will Jordan, isn't it?
I guess with this, they're basically trying to set themselves up with an exit. There's opportunities to kick once they sort of get to the edge there, but having a lot of people in motion is key to this. And also, you know, not only are they creating opportunities, they're also backing up as well. Will Jordan's done really well to back up after he's made that long run. But I mean, if you look at all the decoys that they've run, probably a bad pass here by Barrett, but I mean, they still recovered and got through.
Yeah.
Having those players in the right positions at the right time is always key to a good setup.
And how about that production line from the Crusaders of fullbacks? I mean, there's George Bridge, David Havili, now we've got Will Jordan. I mean, there's three pretty outstanding fullbacks here, isn't there?
Oh, it's just not only have they got like that kind of depth, they've always had that in the 10 area as well. You know, and it's good to see that they've got guys that they can pick from and push them into other positions as well.
Absolutely, mate. And now over to Buenos Aires on Sunday morning. Blues came up short, 23-19 against the Jaguares, but picked up a vital bonus point, and that was with Dalton Papali'i here. Great opportunist try. Yeah,
ball bounced in his favour and he was able to race away. I probably would have got caught if that was me, but no. But Dalton's done really well to you know, latch onto that and work hard through the tackle and pick up a meat pie to hopefully bring the boys back into the game, which
also
they did.
Great to see a couple of mullets rocking around on the weekend. I mean, we've got Papali'i, we've also got Jack Coutu out there, you know.
Oh, so his one's flowing pretty good.
The mullet's coming back. That's coming back in fashion, eh? Let's get some more mullets out there. But that was another great round of Super Rugby, although not so much for the New Zealand teams. They had 2 wins and 3 losses. But this week, some big home derbies coming up, and then the Blues Sunwolves. That's going to be one to watch, so make sure you tune in, catch all the action. We'll see you next week.